Good morning, everybody. Ouronnj here with another Honkai Star Rail video, and today I'm going to give you one huge piece of advice for Honkai Star Rail, and then I'm going to tell you about my 3 favorite 5-star characters at the launch of this game. But I really want to start with that piece of advice because I think it applies to literally everyone who plays this game. Look, these gacha games, there's going to be so many tier lists out at launch. There's going to be so many guides, new player guides, how you should play the game, how you can beat this boss as fast as possible, blah, 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 all of that. Look, if there is a character in a gacha game that you like for any reason, if it's just a character that you saw him and you're like, that's my guy or that's my girl, your enjoyment of the game will increase so much if you build that character. Play the units you like. This is a PvE focused game. The tier lists are just about PvE. There's not a ladder where you're competing against other people's teams, so worrying about the evolving meta or something like that, I think you would just be hindering your fun when you could instead be playing the characters that you like the most. Now, some people just get the most enjoyment out of playing the strongest characters, and some people, well, if your favorite character happens to not be that good, you might need some of those stronger characters to build around them. So tier lists, guides, things like that are not useless. But I just want to say, like, I've played a lot of games. Play the characters you like. Play the characters you like. It worked so well for me in War of the Visions, my other main gacha game. There's my little nugget of gacha gaming wisdom. Now, without further ado, let me introduce you to the 3 characters that I like the most at launch for this game. And I'm going to start with number 3, and number 3 is Gepard. Now, why Gepard? Well, look, first of all, I like to have one guy in my, anime waifu team building simulator that are gacha games, and Gepard's a pretty cool looking dude, so I like his aesthetic. But I also really like to use tanks in all the games I play. I like to have a strong tanking character out there, especially if they have mechanics for pulling aggro off your teammates. As a preservation character, he brings that innately. He can shield my team, which I think opens up some fun team building options for me. So Enduring Bulwark is really the ability in his kit that I like the most. That's the one I'm targeting on, and I just like to play around tanks. I understand that he's rated fairly highly on a lot of people's tier lists, and I actually think he will project into the future better than that. So of the characters I like, I actually think if I get Gepard, I'm going to invest hard into him. Hopefully find duplicates of him along the way, and I think he's somebody who will be a part of my teams for a long time, both because I like him and because he's strong. But you still got to get him. There's that. Okay, let's move on to number 2. Now, I said Gepard was strong. My number 2 is not so much. It's Himiko. And look, if you followed my War of the Visions channel, my whole Discord server, my whole YouTube streaming Twitch channel is called the Church of Eileen, and let me tell you something about my girl Eileen. She's a good-looking female character in the game she had the highest base attack when the game came out, right? So I was like, well, that's pretty cool. Let me show you. Look, here's Himiko, right? Let's go over to character stats. There she is on the top of a list, and I've sorted this list by attack. At level 80, Himiko has 756 attack. Does that mean that she's the best character in the game? Well, no, not really. It actually doesn't. And if you break down the rest of her kit, she's an AoE damage dealer. Her speed, if we sort this list by speed, you gotta go pretty far down here. She's near the bottom of speed, so she's kind of not good there. But I just have a thing for cool looking ladies that in theory do a lot of damage, but I mostly just like them for their aesthetic style, and I want them to work. I think that's where Himiko falls for me. Now, her entire kit is about doing AoE damage and getting resets. I think that if they could buff her a little bit, people have talked about the fact she's probably not going to get a buff, but if she just had some more speed or something else that could help her build up her victory rush stacks so she could be doing her resets, dropping more damage. I get that she's a great farming character, but I really want to use her, and if I pull her because I like her, I will use her. Just like Eileen from War of the Visions, I will force her into team comps. I just hope that they give her some love, so me forcing her into team comps does not set me back a little bit. She's definitely a character, though, that if Himiko's your girl, you're looking at, like, Ting Yun, or Ting, I'm going to call her Ting. Somebody like that who can really support her if you want to make her teams work. But there's this part of me that just looks at Himiko and really wants that challenge, really wants to take a character that I just like and make her work in the end game. So I'm going to try if I pull her. I will be happy if I pull her. I might be one of the only people who can say that. And now I want to talk about Clara, my #1 favorite character that's a 5-star in Honkai Star Rail, and probably just my favorite character that's in this game at launch. Look, I get that she's like smaller looking, but she has a giant friend, and when this small girl gets attacked, her giant friend counterattacks. And when she uses her ultimate ability, her giant friend counterattacks whenever anybody in her group is attacked. And I just love this mechanic. I've talked in the past about how I love March 7th as a character. I think those two team up really well if I'm discussing like some meta stuff right there. But really, I just love this design. I like funky mechanics. I like trying to build teams around them. I like being able to do damage in a way that is outside of the standard like auto attack and follow that up with a skill, like normal stuff. And I get that Clara's not considered the greatest character in this game, but I think she's super awesome, and she is definitely somebody that when you're building teams, you have to specifically build around her. I don't think she's a unit you could just throw into a group and be like, yeah, this is a Seele Bronya group, and for some reason I have all the 5-stars in the game, so I'm going to play Clara as well, and let's just throw Japard in there. This is the ultimate Space Kraken whale account. They've already pulled 1,000 times. That comp seems really bad. I don't think you can like just toss her into most teams. She feels like somebody you have to build around, and I would love to build around her with my March 7th, with a healer, just have her big friend punching people, counterattacking. That just seems like a super fun way to play the game. So that's my top 3. This is not an in-depth character breakdown or anything like that. This is just me telling you I will be very excited if I pull any of those 3 characters. And honestly, if I like off-banner any 5-star character in this game, I'm probably going to be pretty excited, and I will still pull for the meta stuff. I'm somebody who will spend some money. I'll whale a little bit, so I will be able to find, you know, the on-banner strong characters when they come, but I'm going to use them to play around my favorite people. And if you don't believe me, I have lost a lot of matches with Eileen in War of the Visions, and if you know, you know. If you don't know, you don't know. Either way, thank you guys for watching. Have fun with Honkai Star Rail or whatever game you're playing. Otherwise, why are you doing it? Thank you guys. Have a great day, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.